of people own slavery. That is the angle that they're running with.
Right.
So let's talk about it. 1860. 1860, there were about 4 million slaves at the time. Each slave was worth about $1,000. Do the math, add the zeros. Slavery in 1860 was worth $4 billion.
Right.
Back then. That's more than the railroads. That's more than the factories. That's more than the banks combined.
Damn.
Let's talk about what that would mean today. Today, $1,000 back then, today would be about $35,000. So each slave was about $35,000, which is about the price of a new car. That's how much each slave was worth. That evaluates slavery about $150 billion today. Today's money.
And that's not even converting the fact the population has grown exponentially damn near since.
So
that's not even taking that into account.
NFL is worth about $75 billion.
There you
NBA worth about $50 billion. So slavery was worth about, in 1860, the same amount as the NBA and the NFL is today. Combined. Wow. That is what we're talking about.
It said in 1850 it was a worth what the NBA and NFL combined is today. Wow.
Yeah,
Watch this. Keep playing though. So he's talking about economics. Watch what it says. Go ahead.
As stupid as it is to say only 2% of people owned slaves back in slavery, that's like saying the only people that benefit from the NFL and the NBA are the owners, the people that work for the teams, and the people that work for the leagues. That's not taking into consideration all the independent merchandisers. That's not taking into consideration the media. That's not taking into consideration the airlines. That's not taking into consideration the local bars, the hotels, the Airbnb hosts. There's a lot of sports teams that the city literally thrives off of. That much money is not made in a vacuum. There are banks such as JP Morgan, such as Wells Fargo. There are lending institutions. There are insurance companies. There are a lot of slaves that were insured. There were a lot of slaves that were used for leverage.
Hey, that's heavy. That's heavy.
That's the best analogy that I can put.
That's heavy. Because think about it. Even back then, for you to say only 2% of people own slaves, think about it. Think about just the auctions that happened.
Everybody got paid off.
You had all these slave owners come in. They had to have somewhere to house the slaves. They had to have somewhere to house the slave owners. Slave owners were cut. Because I'm just thinking about, I know we're going to pull it up with the KKK. In that city, they have a square in Columbia, which is right up from Pulaski, to where it was a big slave auction. All the major slave owners from across America came there. Still to this day, they celebrated Mule Day. To think about it, that whole city thrived off that day, and it was all around selling slaves.